Good evening and welcome again to our honored guests, the families and friends of the Suffield class of 2017. As I noted at dinner, we come to commencement from all around the world to honor these seniors. This is a community of many backgrounds and rich traditions, and we've learned at Suffield that our lives are joined. Our bond is part of our strength. This group has shown great pride in our school and genuine appreciation for the experiences they've had at Suffield. They also know that parents, grandparents, and others here tonight have traveled this road with them, providing patience, advice, and support in many ways to help make this happen. On behalf of everyone here, these soon-to-be graduates and our faculty, I extend thanks. Thanks for caring about Suffield, thanks for being great partners on this journey, and thanks for being here tonight. The Baccalaureate service derives from the medieval European custom of presenting talks to graduation candidates. It's a ceremony in celebration of and thanksgiving for lives dedicated to learning and wisdom. We will hear tonight from Brooke DePelto, one of the class advisors, along with Greg Lynch, from Max Tauslowski and Ashley Saris, two leaders of our student council that have been four-year members of the class. And we will also see a short video made by Jason Loro, whose videography has helped the spirit and cohesion of our community. As we begin this baccalaureate service and the commencement activities, let me tell you these seniors have been part of a school community that emphasizes important skills and traits, ones we think make the world a better place. This group has had a world-class secondary education, focusing on how to communicate clearly and thoughtfully, how to effectively meet commitments and manage time, how to understand and thoughtfully connect with people from different backgrounds, how to lead and be resilient in the face of challenge, and finally, how to be kind, encouraging, and grateful, as I know they are tonight. At Suffield, we believe treating others with kindness, empathy, and respect is essential. It is a non-negotiable part of our community. So together, let's enjoy this special few days and this celebration of the accomplishments of a special group of people graduating from Suffield Academy. Following this service, we will gather on Stiles Walk, I think, and our seniors will have a chance to thank each of our faculty members individually before heading to tomorrow's commencement. I'll give more logistical details at the conclusion of this event, but for now, thank you for being here.
Every morning before school, my father would tell me to work hard and do well. However, with about 55 days left to graduation, my dad peeked in our room and told my brother and I something completely different than what we were used to. He told us to enjoy these last months because these will be some of the best times of your life. After he said that, so many amazing memories came flowing back from my 4 years here, and even some of the sad ones as well. Before I jump in and talk about the outstanding experience Phil had at Suffield, I need to briefly discuss the saddest memory of this class, Ihani Anyan Wu. He was a member of this class, and he tragically passed away early in our freshman year. Ihani will always be remembered as part of this class, and he will not be forgotten. Tomorrow we will honor him by placing a rose in the chair where he would have sat. Now, the memories that I remember start with coming to my freshman year. I was a nervous kid, and all I wanted to do was go back to public school. Public school was great for me. I had a lot of really good friends, and I was enjoying it. My parents forced my brother and I to apply to private schools, and we were not sure if we wanted to go because we had such a solid experience in Granby. Ben and I took a tour of Suffield, and as soon as we stepped on campus, we were blown away. How nice everyone was, how beautiful the campus was, and of course, how we could see ourselves coming here. We applied to 2 other private schools, and the only school we got into was Suffield. Suffield was the only private school that wanted my brother and I, but we were just excited to get in. We went on our visit day, and that was the moment we decided we were going to Suffield. As the year began, we were still hesitant about it because we knew that it was going to be a challenge, dealing with the academics and finding ourselves at Suffield. Although as the year went on, we started to find our place. Ben was interested in soccer and basketball, while I was interested in wrestling and student council. From that moment on, we loved Suffield and embraced it as it went on. Sophomore and junior year were just as amazing. The luster of Suffield was still there, and we were soaking in as much as we could. Then our infamous senior year came around. I've looked up to so many Suffield leaders, and to think I was accompanying them was hard to believe. It sank in at Tiger games when we all got the traditional black senior Tiger game shirts. We all went all out and put face paint on, and were ready to finally win Tiger games. We did. We followed the tradition of so many senior classes and won Tiger games. We took pictures after and embraced the beginning of our senior year. The next substantial moment of senior year was our last holiday dinner. Everybody dressed up, and it was an amazing night. Another significant event of senior year was 50th night. From hearing all the speakers talk about how we have to have an impactful last 50 days, really motivated me to notice all the little things I'll miss about Suffield, such as hanging out in the senior corner, parking in the senior row, playing spike ball in the quad, and spray painting memorial for our senior prank. It was these moments that made me smile and really appreciate our last few weeks here. This class is filled with some amazingly unique people. From top-tier athletes such as Brad Hawkins and Julia Murphy, instrumental geniuses Amelia Hearn and Graham Shannon, scholars like Anna Wilson and Shane Porpilla, technology fanatics Jason Laurel and Chris Ennis, and plenty more. This class is a place for everyone, and that truly makes it a special group of people. For example, the postgrads this year were some of the best Suffield has ever seen. From them dancing to Evolution of Dance during telethon, and some of them being in a musical and a play this year. In my experience, no postgrad group has ever been this involved in the school, and I do believe they are a reflection of the class. There is one person who I need to thank for making my Suffield experience complete and being the best advisor, and that is Mr. Zorko. Since freshman year, you have been giving me advice and guidance, and I am forever grateful for that. You have made a huge impact on my career here, and next year, I'm sure we'll stay in contact, and the advice will continue. However, this is not just about me and the relationship I've created with my advisor. It is about the relationships that all of you created with different faculty members. So as we go through the line of faculty after the ceremony, show how thankful you are for what they've done for you. Hug, and don't be afraid to cry in their arms and tell them how they impacted your life. From being able to go to their house to hang out when you're feeling a little homesick, when they celebrated your birthday with you because your parents live too far away, and essentially be your parents while you're at boarding school. So make sure you enjoy your special moment with them tonight. Our days left have come down to one. One day to enjoy our peers, one day to enjoy the school, and one day to we're on our own. Ben and I would like to thank Suffield and Mr. Can because they were the only school that took a chance on these 2 quirky twins who could not stop talking. We gave our all to this school to show how thankful we are, and we will forever be in Suffield's debt for the opportunity they gave us. The school has meant so much to us, it breaks my heart we're leaving. There's no doubt that we are ready for the next chapter of our life, but it will sting to leave this place. To no longer see the faces we see every day will be weird and something we'll all have to get used to. I will be excited to come back for a 5-year reunion. To see everybody again will definitely bring back the memories that we all shared. But until then, we move on tomorrow. and we open the next chapter of our life. The only thing that makes me happy about leaving this special place is to see how much we achieved over the past years and the positive impact we left on the school. With that said, I will end with my senior quote by Jason Aldean. "It sure left its mark on us. We sure left our mark on it. Let the world know we were here with everything we did. We laid a lot of memories down like tattoos on this town. Thank you, till next time, and go Tigers."
Welcome, class of 2017. Of course, tonight is a night to celebrate our journey to the end of our high school careers, but this night is also about the people who helped us along the way. Our mentors, support systems, and most importantly, our second parents. These men and women dressed in these hot gowns have sacrificed endless hours and provided us with so much patience. They deserve a thank you. So before I begin my speech, I would like to thank the faculty, staff, and family of Suffield. Your work has not gone unnoticed. As I sat down to write this speech, I started to think about how I ended up at Suffield. I had spent 9 years of my life at the same school, and I decided to transfer to Suffield just months before I would have my final year at Rumsey. This decision came to me when I went to dinner one day in May of my 8th grade year, and I realized there were no tables that I felt comfortable sitting at. As I glanced around the dining hall, I was left in shock at the fact that I had spent 9 years at one school to still feel uncomfortable at dinner. So that same night, I called my mother, and she picked me up. It just so happened my older sister, Alexis, was home for the weekend from Suffield. As I explained my problem to her, she suggested that I attend Suffield that fall. The idea seemed ludicrous. No one left Rumsey before 9th grade. It was very out of the ordinary if you did. If you made it through your 8th grade year, why not enjoy senior year instead of transferring to become a freshman? My mother explained to me that she knew how much I was struggling at Rumsey and had spoken to Mr. Can that past weekend at the auction. He said that Suffield would find a way to help me and was eager to have me. That was the moment I knew I needed to change schools. I just felt it in my gut. That June, I toured multiple other boarding schools. Mr. Can was a member of trustees at my old school, and in order to be respectful to my old headmaster, I had to apply to other schools. Fast forward to the middle of the summer. While in line for a ride at Disney World, my phone rang. While shoving the phone against my ear in order to hear it over the loud theme music around me, I faintly heard Mr. Adkins' voice. He said, "Ashley, I would like to congratulate you on being accepted into the class of 2017 at Suffield." That phone call changed my life. But recently, I have learned that Mr. Can already knew I was coming, and if I didn't want to, that decision was already made for me. On September 3rd, 2013, I moved into Cochin Dorm, where I met my best friends that I still have today and will have forever. Flash forward to now. I have spent 1,360 days as a Suffield Academy student, and tomorrow will be my last. But this isn't about me. This is about all of our own journeys to get here. Some never expected to go to a private boarding school in northern Connecticut, while for others it was the only path they knew. But I think we can all say that it was nothing like we expected. It was not Zoe 101 with co-ed dorms and a beach 20 feet away. It isn't a military school with 5 a.m. wake-up calls and mandatory breakfasts. It is home, a place where we see our friends from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed. But tomorrow that will change. We will ring the bell to celebrate our time here, pack our cars, and go home with our families. The consistency of these faces will never be the same. Never will we be in a place where people care so much about our lives. For some situations, this is good. You won't have another detention because your teacher wanted you to finish your missing assignments, but you also won't have so many people ask you, "How are you doing today?" and genuinely want an answer. High school is meant to come to an end, and for us, it has. But that doesn't mean our time with Suffield is over. We all love this school to a different degree, but tomorrow we will all have the same diploma. Being an alumni of Suffield Academy is now a part of our identity, one that I hope we will all wear with pride. Suffield has taught me what is really important in life, how you treat people. In our class, we have a variety of people, athletes, scholars, artists, performers, and people in between, but no one is judged by this. They are not put on a pedestal for their D1 commitment or acceptance to an Ivy League. They are judged by their character. They are judged by their ability to be thoughtful and caring or to step out of their comfort zone. So tonight, I want you all to be thankful for this amazing community that we are leaving, but also have hope for the future. This school has prepared us for life, and we are ready to leave. Despite how much we will be crying in an hour or so, this is what has to happen. We will forever have these people in our lives, and I would like to thank every single one of you for being a part of mine. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2017. As you all know, I've made a lot of videos during my time at Suffield, so I thought it was only fitting that I make one last film to show you here tonight. I hope it makes you feel the same way I felt while putting it together. Thank you guys, and enjoy the video. Hey guys, I know I don't get in front of the camera that often, but I feel like I need to just this once. I wanted to look back at some of my favorite moments from the videos I've made at Suffield and to thank you guys, the seniors, for supporting me all 4 years. Having the Suffield community as my audience has been a privilege and one that I'll really miss. You guys have had my back through it all, so thank you. And here we are back in May 2017, the month we graduate. I guess this is the last video I'll make at Suffield. Thank you guys again for helping me chase the dream. Couldn't have done it without you.
Friends, family, faculty and staff, Headmaster Can, and members of the class of 2017. Music is powerful, and there's no doubt that certain songs elicit an emotional response in us, perhaps taking us back to another time or another place. At the beginning of this academic year, which now seems so long ago, Catherine Khalil stood before you in this very room, and she sang Leanne Womack's "I Hope You Dance." She looked out at each of you, members of her class, and she asked you to dance, to make the most of your senior year at Suffield Academy. Like Catherine, I love music. Unlike Catherine, no one wants to hear me sing. But that hasn't stopped me from singing in the car or shouting along at concerts. I attended my first concert in November of my sophomore year of high school. My parents took me to see Bob Dylan at the Georgia Mountain Center in Gainesville, Georgia. A much younger Dylan than you're probably thinking about took to the stage with his raspy vocals. He opened with Joker Man. He closed with The Times They Are A-Changing, and somewhere in the middle, I was hooked. Bob Dylan is touted as being a singer, a songwriter, and a poet. I've always found magic in his music and inspiration in his words. For the last 20 years or so, the music of Dylan has become the soundtrack to my life. My senior year of high school, I used the oft-quoted, "The times they are a-changing," as my profound parting words in our yearbook. In a creative writing class in college, I set my story to Dylan's Maggie's Farm. When I graduated from college, I found the words, "I was so much older then, I'm younger than that now," from my back pages, kept running through my head, and still do. And now, as a parent to my own two boys, I often find myself going back to Dylan's "Blowing in the Wind" as I try to understand a world that's often too hard to comprehend. Dylan is a songwriter for all times. His lyrics ring of truth, of hope and of sadness, of life and of death. He uses his music to make social commentary and to call attention to the realities of the world. And, if I'm being wholly honest, and in these walls I probably should be, he's really strange to see in concert. He walks quietly on stage in a cloak of darkness, often wearing a wide-brimmed hat pulled low over his face. He rarely addresses the audience, and the stage goes dark in between songs. After a show at the Tabernacle, an old Atlanta church turned concert venue, I waited outside with hopes of getting close to Dylan. Those hopes were quickly thwarted, however, as individuals lined the path from the venue door to his tour bus with large black sheets so nobody could get a look at the legendary man. So you see, while Dylan's music might be of the people and for the people and about the people, he's a man who goes to great lengths to hide from the public. He's no Taylor Swift, eagerly greeting fans or engaging in social media relationships. But the magic remains all the same, and generations, literally generations of people, continue to connect with his voice and his words. You might think of Dylan as a performer, but he's also a prolific writer. In fact, earlier this academic year, Bob Dylan won the 2016 Nobel Prize in Literature. He was the first American to win the prize in more than 2 decades, since novelist Toni Morrison won in 1993. According to the Swedish Academy, Dylan earned the prize for, quote, "having created a new poetic expression within the great American song tradition," end quote. Dylan has won Grammys, an Academy Award, a Golden Globe, and a Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. And now, to this collection of accolades, he adds a Nobel Prize. He's written hundreds of songs that have been covered by artists including the Ramones, Guns N' Roses, Sheryl Crow, George Harrison, Jerry Garcia, Van Morrison, Nina Simone, Pearl Jam, the Indigo Girls, Adele, Maroon 5, Kelly Clarkson, and my husband's favorite band, the Dave Matthews Band. So maybe you don't know Bob Dylan, but I bet you know his music. And while it's tough, out of all these hundreds of songs that he's written and performed and that I've listened to over the years, a favorite has emerged for me. When I got married to Jeff, I knew without question that my father and I would dance to a Dylan song because, after all, my father was the one who introduced me to Dylan's music. Coincidentally, Bob Dylan was born Robert Allen Zimmerman, and my father's name is also Robert Allen. So after much debate, my father and I settled upon Dylan's "Forever Young." As you will learn, there are certain moments in your life that you'll always treasure, and you'll treasure them because of the people that you shared them with. That dance with my father is one of those moments for me. And I've always believed that Dylan's words in that song were my father's wish for me as I left behind my life in Georgia and started the next chapter of my life here in Connecticut. This evening, as you sit here in this chapel, surrounded by people who love you, people who have nurtured you, and people who wish nothing but the best for you. I want to share the words from Dylan's Forever Young with you. Tomorrow, as you receive your Suffield diploma, ring the bell of final time, and leave behind the campus that has been your home, I hope you'll carry these words with you. Just as these words were my father's wish for me then, these words are my wish for you now. May God bless and keep you always. May your wishes all come true. May you always do for others and let others do for you. May you build a ladder to the stars and climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. Catherine asked you to dance, and I hope you do. I hope you embrace every opportunity that comes your way. I hope you make opportunities for yourselves. I hope that your wishes do come true. I hope that you grow up to be righteous. I hope that you grow up to be true, and that you always know the truth and see the light surrounding you. Members of the Suffield Academy class of 2017, I wish you joy and happiness. I wish you success and love. I wish you music for singing and for dancing. May you stay forever young. Thank you.
bring this event to close with some brief comments and a review of some logistics. We will head over to Styles Walk after this event. Why not? We'll go for it, and if it's wet, we'll just get wet. But I think this is the best plan for us. Seniors, can you please gather in the Student Union to give your family some time to get over there, and then we will notify you when to start the procession. So our faculty will head over to Styles Walk, and students, you go to the Union. Tomorrow we will have brunch in the dining room from 8:30 to 10 o'clock, and commencement will begin at 10:30. This is always an interesting and complicated moment for our faculty. These people are the heart of Suffield Academy, carrying forth the values and history of our school from 1833 to today, 184 years. They have taught you, motivated you, laughed with you, and given of themselves to help you grow and prosper. They have embraced our emphasis on the distance traveled by each student during their years at Suffield. We watch you tonight with wonder and even a little awe as we think of all that lies ahead for you. You are going, but we are staying. We will keep up this important work of encouraging and inspiring talented young people like you. All of us have so much to look forward to. So as you head out to seek a newer world, I again ask that you thank those who made this experience at Suffield possible for you, your parents, your families, and your teachers. You will start to see things differently now as Suffield's structure is removed and you head on to the next part of your lives. You will have a different perspective. So how will you change? First, as you get older, you will not be as smart as you are today. As you get older, you will have more doubts and realize how complicated relationships and life can be. A great sign of intelligence and wisdom is knowing you don't know very much. And as you get older, you will know less. And this leads to my final and most important point, which is about wisdom, but also about kindness, the most important virtue of all. Theodore Rubin said, "Kindness is more important than wisdom, and the recognition of this is the beginning of wisdom." As time unfolds, you will learn that kindness, real, genuine kindness to others, is hard. It gets slightly easier as you get older and as life knocks you around. It gets a bit easier when you have children because you genuinely care more about what happens to someone other than yourself. That's one reason your parents are so proud and happy right now, because you have accomplished something challenging and of value that will make your life better. As I mentioned at the opening of this gathering, a vital item we have tried to emphasize at Suffield, and we hope you will take with you as you move forward, is to err on the side of kindness. For better or worse, regret and failure come with human existence, feelings of our being less than we want as people. But being encouraging and kind can make up for many of these regrets. There is overwhelming evidence, Nathaniel Branden said, that the higher the level of self-esteem, the more likely one will be to treat other people with respect, kindness, and generosity. I will speak more about this tomorrow, but we hope your time at Suffield has helped you feel great about yourself and where you're headed, and that with this confidence and optimism comes the ability to treat others with genuine respect and kindness. In closing, as we look ahead to tomorrow's commencement, thank you for caring about our school and about each other. and please follow your instincts and your hearts in the years ahead. We will now bring this service to close with the Irish blessing as a benediction. Thank you again, everyone, for being here, and all best wishes.